What's up, everybody? Tony Pete's Guy here with TNA Impact Wrestling, and this is going to be a spoiler alert, so if you don't like spoilers, don't watch this video. But anyway, we have James Storm versus Robert Roode, the main event for TNA Impact on 11/3/2011. And, well, let's just get into this. We have a free, that's right, a free title match. That is correct. It's on television, which means it's free. And you have James Storm versus Robert Roode. You have two of the homegrown Impact Wrestling TNA stars. Now, I've said this before. I want these two to be the top guys in the company. I have no problem for these two fighting over the title, but doing it for free on television and not doing a good enough build-up is something that really upsets me. TNA, you are missing the boat with this. You're doing some stuff that WCW used to do all the time, and that is give away title matches on television for free. Now, I'm not against doing title matches on television, but again, you have to have a good build-up if you're gonna do a good title match. And the guys like these two, James Storm and Robert Roode, they 150% deserve a build-up. These are two guys that have never, ever been to WWE, and they are homegrown talent in TNA. Their gimmicks are amazing. They're amazing on the mic. They're just two stars that deserve to be in the main event, but TNA doesn't know how to utilize that, so that's where they come and screw things up. Now, what you should have done in the first place, you should have never given the title to James Storm. I mean, I don't have a problem with him being TNA champion, but it should have gone to Robert Roode when Robert Roode fought Kurt Angle at the pay-per-view. And I said that before. At Bound for Glory, Robert Roode should have won the title. And then you can build up a Robert Roode versus James Storm. But you have this match, and it goes on for about 15 minutes, the actual match does. And you know what happens? We get Robert Roode turning heel, using a beer bottle on James Storm, and winning the match. Wow. Do they really need to turn him heel? Yeah, probably. But TNA fans, this is the problem with the TNA Impact Zone. You have these fans who are there every night. And those guys, they love to cheer all the TNA originals, because they know that those guys have been there forever. And you can't really turn them heel. I mean, you can try. You can try to turn him heel. They tried it with AJ Styles. They tried, but the fans still love them enough, and they appreciate their good wrestling abilities, that they don't even care who's a heel and who's a face. They just love to watch the originals wrestle. And if they get out of that arena, maybe, but right now it looks like they're going to be in that arena for a while, so turning him heel won't really work. And I think that's a big problem with the TNA fans in general. A lot of the smart, you want to call them smart wrestling fans, are in TNA wrestling, and they watch the shows, and they're the ones that are like, hey, I love him, he's such a good wrestler, so I can't boo him, I love the heels. Oh, and a big spine buster. But anyway, I digress. And here we have Robert Roode with the perfect plex. Oh boy, oh boy. And James Storm rolls out of the ring. Sorry, I had to catch my breath. I had to take a drink of water. My throat is getting a little bit sore. But TNA dropping the ball, missing the boat. Whatever Zack Ryder pun you want to use on this one, surely you can. Because TNA, you missed an opportunity to build a huge feud. And that's probably the reason that TNA has so many problems in general, is because they don't know how to build main events. They really need to sit back and take a look at WWE's product. You know, sometimes you can't agree with what they do. You know, you have John Cena be champion for months, but at least they know how to build up a champion. They know how to keep a steady face in the company. They know how to have a build-up, just a build-up. It doesn't matter how good the match is. It just matters that they have their build-up. You got to have that build-up to make me want to buy your pay-per-view. You know, setting up for a rematch with these two, yeah, sure, they could do a build-up, but why? Why build up to a rematch when you could have built up to the first match? And then you could build up to a rematch. And then you could build up to another one. And then you could have feud of the year. But TNA doesn't know how to build feud of the year. I think the last feud that they actually booked that was really good would have to be AJ Styles, Daniels, and Samoa Joe. That triple threat match where they main evented a pay-per-view. That will never, ever, ever happen again. TNA just doesn't know what to do, and it upsets me because as like WCW, I always want to see the underdog come out on top. I love watching the underdog come out on top and win the match. And here we go. Robert Roode is finally going to win the match and take home the title to his mother, because Robert Roode deserves to be TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Let me know what you guys think about Robert Roode winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Do you think it's good? Do you think they missed a ball on this one? They missed a boat by dropping the ball with not doing this at a pay-per-view. Do you think it was good to give it away on television? What do you guys think about this match, and what do you think about Robert Roode in general? Anyway, Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.